Hey everybody, we are live on a Wednesday, March 20th. How are you guys all doing? Great to see the gang's all here. Just how I like it. So I was definitely planning on streaming tonight because it's Wednesday, and I liked how streaming went last week when we were looking at comics and letting you guys vote for it. Planning on doing that again tonight. But as Mark's Music Obsession was saying just earlier here in the chat, um, I was actually thinking of you in my brain. I'm like, that guy sleeps around 11ish time, if I'm not mistaken. So I gotta fire up the stream sooner than later. So was able to get dinner made. We ate it. Everybody all settled. Got to check in with the fam. So here I am, and ready to stream with you guys. Let's check out who is here. First in the chat, Booyah, Awesome One. He made it. So good. So good to see you. He said he's working on, I guess, mailing out a laptop, it sounds like, to get updated or whatever, reuse for some other purposes than what the laptop can now. And as I'd mentioned in the chat, so much of my technology at home is repurposed. Like, there's my kids' old technology, my wife's old technology. Before we sell it or turn it in, I'm like, oh, maybe I could use that for streaming. Or maybe I could use that for YouTube or whatever. I'm actually trying to set up a camera that's a little bit like a security camera view, like kind of a wider view of my studio office space. So, but yeah, I needed to find like an old iPhone, old iPod or whatever to do that. But yeah, I'm all for repurposing stuff for other uses when they can't keep up with the day's technology. Comrade Sammy, the chat ninja, has entered. We were just talking about the what would a chat ninja sound like. I have to think about that, but I think I need to work on that. I think it'll be cool. I think it deserves a sound or something different. Cranberry Langers is here. Ate his baby carrots and guacamole. He is here and ready to rock and roll. Mark's Music Session. Hey man, we will have you as long as you are able to stick around and keep your eyelids open. So I'm glad you're here. Let me see. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Cranberry Langer says, I went to a chiropractor and didn't get this thing I wanted fix. Oof. Yeah, I've never been to a chiropractor before. I haven't had to go to one yet. But I've heard good things about chiropractors, but also, when you have to go to one, it's always not a good sign. So hope that works itself out, dude. I know chronic pain like that, especially if it's like your back or kinks like that, no bueno. John's in the chat. Hello all, John says. Chat Ninja's watching and speaking in third person. She's done that before, hasn't she? Oh man. Let's see. What else you guys got going on here? Comrade Sammy would never talk in the third person, says Comrade Sammy. Don't forget to like. Thank you. Yep. Please make sure you guys like, and let's tell YouTube that it's worth it to be here on a Wednesday. I've got a couple cool things to share with you guys. Not only the books that I picked up, but I finished another comic book video or comic book store video promo trailer yesterday. And it's for a store called Mission Comics here in the city. It's in the Mission District. There's different districts in San Francisco for those of you who don't know. And the Mission District happens to be a really popular area. It's definitely in the heart of the city. There's a huge Hispanic population there, so there's a lot of great Mexican food and Peruvian food there. It's a little bit more urban as different parts of the city go, and within the last I'd say it probably about as long as I've lived here, so probably like 20 plus years. There's a tension point there because when the mission was first developed, it was more of like a lower income immigrant area for people to live. And then as real estate and land became harder and harder to come by in the city, um, you know, a lot of tech people, especially like in the early 2000s and even up till now, would move into the mission and they loved it because it's a really vibrant community. There's a lot to do there, great food, easy access to transportation. But they also started buying property in that area. So there was a lot of tension. There was a lot of like gentrification, you know, not protests, but just like a lot of tension between the people that wanted to move in the neighborhood and the people that had been there all their lives. So it's a unique mix, and I don't go there that often. It's not so close to where I live. It's not that easy to get to because parking there tends to be difficult. But it's actually a really interesting place to have a comic book store. And I didn't discover this comic book store, Mission Comics. I discovered it maybe, I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. I knew it was there, but I never frequented it because of its location. But when I rediscovered it about a couple years ago, I started really liking it, and for a bunch of different reasons that I show in the video, and also I've just started to get to know. Especially since I started YouTubing about comics, I started getting to know the comic book store owner. His name's Leaf, and he's got a pretty interesting backstory. So yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome filming there. I filmed there last week, and then finished editing it on Monday, and then I sent it to him this morning or last night, and he was pretty stoked about it. So I said, "Hey, I'm gonna make this public today. So if you give me a thumbs up, let me know." And he did. So we're gonna see that. We're gonna debut that here tonight. Let's see. Cranberry Langers agrees that Comrade Sammy wouldn't speak in the third person. We should just all start speaking in the third. Rocky thinks we should all start speaking in the third person on chat. That wouldn't be confusing at all. Comrade Sammy, don't fall for the ninja trick. Rocky just wants to destroy your ears with Leroy Jenkins. I forgot about Leroy Jenkins until you brought it up, John. And as I was saying in the chat, I could just whip that clip out. I could do it. Like now.
Leroy Jenkins! Oh my god, he just ran in. Leroy Jenkins! Oh my god, he just ran in.
I didn't realize I had that on loop. My apologies. But Leroy Jensen, he's good. He's good, man. It's a good night when that guy comes out. Maybe not for your ears, but it's funny. Cranberry Langer says his guacamole is from yesterday, so it's slightly brown. Isn't there a trick with that, like lemon juice? Or I usually just kind of scrape the brown spot off, and then it's green underneath. So I love guacamole. Sorry. Sorry, Comrade Sammy. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Awesome One says, haven't been to my comic shop in, say, 6 years if it's still open. Oh my goodness. Is there a reason why you haven't been to your comic book shop? So today, even though I finished that video for Leaf and Mission Comics, basically last night, this afternoon, I went back to Amazing Fantasy, which is the very first store that I did the video on. And Frank is the owner there. And Frank also watches my videos, and he comments sometimes on them too. So it's really cool that he's kind of connecting with this YouTube channel. But I was chatting with him a little bit today, picked up my books from his store today, and he was saying there's another store that's a little bit north of where I am called Cards and Comics. And I actually used to frequent that store quite a bit because I used to live nearby where that store is. And I think I've mentioned it before on stream, but ever since COVID, they shut their doors, and then they just did like a little slot that you could come and pick up your books. And it's a pretty large store. They have lots of toys and like Pokemon cards, Magic the Gathering cards, everything at this store. And they would have like competitions in the back, and it was just a huge store. It was a really great inventory. But even to this day now, they haven't opened their doors. They're still just doing subscription, and you pick up your books through the slot, and they do mail order, I think. But I was talking to him, and I'm like, are they ever? Because I was saying like, oh yeah, I'm finishing up this video for Leaf, and then this coming week I'm planning on doing a video at Isotope Comics, which will be really fun because that's such a fun, unique store. So that one I'm pretty excited about. But then after Isotope, there's a couple more smaller stores, more indie, like alternative stores that I'm going to do. And then I'm like, then what do I do afterwards? Like, I guess I'll just, start looking at shops outside of the greater city. And then he said, oh, what about Cards and Comics? And I'm like, I don't even think they opened their doors yet. And so it's weird. It's really weird that they went from being my primary store that I would go to now not opening their door. And I told them like they must have a different business model now where they can survive, because having a store in San Francisco is not a cheap thing, having that real estate. And he said he thinks it's mostly like storage space, and then they just do the online selling. So it's a shame, because I would have loved to do a video for them too, but I don't think it would be a very good video if I did it the way they are now, because I would just be filming through a little slot, and that's about it. Oh my goodness. But Cranberry Lander says, you are missing out on the guacamole. I'm sure it's really good. Did you make it yourself or did you buy it? There's a difference there, right? Sorry, I did it. Apologies. I did it. Sorry, guys. Come to San Francisco played today. Come to San Francisco. Oh, the song? Huh. You're always with the songs. Awesome One's got the music quotes. Hello, hello. It's Wednesday. Cranberry Landers is glad Comrade Sammy approves. Comrade Sammy. I'm starting to get confused now. No mailing, no money. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that'll stop you from going to any store. For sure. How much did I spend today? Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I got some cool things today though, but I never really know what's coming out. I don't track it that closely until like the night before, the day before. Like I had mentioned before, I watch a few YouTube channels that talk about the books coming out and see it on social media. So when I was thinking about today, I was like, oh, that's coming out. And when I was on the way to Frank's shop, I had called him and I said, hey Frank, do you have this book? And he went and grabbed them off the shelf for me, and I got like the last copy of one of the books. So it's really nice to have that relationship. That's what I love about getting to know these comic book store owners. There's like a relationship building, and then you can pull favors like, hey dude, can you hold that book for me? So yeah, Frank's awesome. And he even said like right when I got there, he was like, you just missed Eric Larson. So Eric Larson, I don't know if I should, well, I already said it. The creator of Savage Dragon, he pops into to Frank's store every now and then. All right, no more third person talk. Comrade Sammy's getting confused. Awesome One says, I've been using 2 tablets for about 5 years and was like, there is a laptop on my shelf. Did you get it? I did. I got good feedback from my enchiladas. My kids loved it. My wife loved it. It's good. It's an easy recipe. I use rotisserie chicken and then like an enchilada sauce from Trader Joe's. Mixed it together, added some diced onions, wrapped in tortillas, and lots of cheese on top. Baked it for 25 minutes and it was good. Sean could ship it securely. Battery doesn't work, so it dies when yeah, that's usually the first thing to go with laptops or electronics in general. Booyakasha. I get my own sound. All right, I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna think about this, and we'll come up with something cool. Awesome One says, I used to walk for miles in my house walking with my tablet. Really? Walk for miles in your house walking with your tablet. Huh. A chat ninja would sound like a hushed breeze. That's cool. Silent but deadly. Cranberry Langers. Oh, this is about the chiropractor. I'll probably need to go to another one. I felt like about 70% better afterwards, though. Yeah. Usually those kind of things, like you have to go back a few times. I friends that I have that do go to regular chiropractors. It's like they need that regular adjustment. Otherwise, it kind of goes back to the problem that you started with. So, but yeah, I hope you feel better. I'll be back. Mark's music extension. Had some experiences with orthopedic surgeons years back during my athletic days, but never a chiropractor. Nice. What did you do? What athletics did you do? My son's really into basketball, and every other week we have this thing, this kind of basketball thing that we get together with a bunch of high school boys and some adults and stuff, and I'm always like dying after that. Like I'm like, the body ain't what it used to be. But oh well, at least getting some exercise. Is it a crack house now? No, the comic book store is not not that I know of. I don't think it's a crack house though. That would be messed up. John says, as to Mark's music obsession, as it is close to your bedtime time, I'm gonna tell you. See ya, God bless you, just in case. Yeah, just in case we forget. Gothic secret. Oh, okay. Secret Rumble stream. I don't even know what that is. Oh, Rumble, like the platform Rumble. Oh, she has a stream there too. Okay. Yes, world exclusive premiere. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Let me just catch up. You guys are talking away. Let's see. Awesome one says, not sure how to speak third person. Yes, you do. Sorry. Sorry. Twice. Sorry. Comrade Sammy is not happy. Did I see just a thumbs down pop up? I'm sorry. Oh. Let's see. So much for the angel. Okay. Let's see. Fence off. All right, the ninja's going crazy now. Yes, your hate is almost complete. You guys are funny. Are you a child of mamas and the papas? Awesome when you come out of left field like a comet, man. Such a disliked artist, Eric. Yeah, I mean, I used to follow him when he was on Twitter, and he's an opinionated dude, and you can tell that from his writing too. He's pretty opinionated. Interviews I've read with him, seen of him, he's pretty opinionated. But you know, the guy's he's one of the Image founders. And just the idea of him, I've seen him in Frank's store before. Just the idea of him walking in, getting his books every week kind of blows my mind. But, you know, he's still cranking out his book. I give him all the props, But yeah, he does ruffle a few feathers. That's all right. I made tacos because our fridge is near empty. Okay. Yo! My buddy, Alan Lau in the house. Is this early enough for you, Alan? All right. Everybody, this is my good friend, Alan. Wow, welcome. Welcome, dude. Alan is one of my co-partner founders of GhostBot. So it's really great to see you here, dude. And he's always been a big supporter of what I'm doing here on YouTube, and we text a lot about comic stuff and nerdy stuff. Even though we're not working with each other anymore, we're still nerding out with each other. So it's so awesome to see you, Alan. I have not seen X-Men 97. I'm a little nervous, but I will definitely. I think 2 episodes came out, right? So I will definitely give it a go and give it a shot. The animation sequence I've seen look really cool, and the designs look cool for the most part. So I'm a little nervous about the stories, but who knows? We'll see. I did start watching the old series because I never watched that one all the way through. So in preparation of kind of the new series coming out, I started watching that one, and there's some horrible stuff in that, but there's some kind of cool stuff in that. So I've been enjoying it. Mark is likely long asleep. Aw. I hope he's still here. Still hanging out. Oh, he is still here. Still hanging, but very close to out, John. Okay, sorry, Mark. I feel like, well, I know at least I'd love for you to see the video for the comic book store I did. You might not see the comics that I go through tonight, but I'd love for you to watch that video. So let me get to it soon. Let's see. John says, hello, Alan Lau. Hello, John. Everybody meet Alan. I hope to see him around here more. Alan is also working on his own webcomic. Alan's an awesome artist, incredible artist. And we have just been in the trenches together. We have been in the trenches with each other. And he has an awesome webcomic that he is working on called Bulletproof Candy. And it is on Tapas? Yes, Tapas. Tapas is the website. I don't have the link right now. I can find it in a second, and I'll post it in the chat. But you guys should check it out. I hope in the very near future to have Alan on here so we can talk about his comic and just the whole process, because he is jamming on it. I think, I don't know, Alan, you can say in the chat like how many pages or panels or whatever. I know you have that count. You've told it to me before, but it's insane. He's been working super hard on it. So I've been trying to encourage him to look towards printing that and getting that printed and crowdfunded, and I think he's doing it. So I'm very excited for that. So yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for you to do that, Alan. Carmen said, pipe down over here. Rocky can't catch up. I can't. You guys are talking too fast. Sleep, Mark. You know, I actually, you guys, I ran into that ASMR channel that I said that I found or accidentally found several moons ago. But it came up in my feed again, and that girl creeps me out to the point where I told YouTube, do not recommend this anymore because she is really creepy. And it was very like about sleepy voice. It was weird. I don't even want to repeat it. As of 10 past the hour, since Rocky will be behind the chat. All right, Mike, we're gonna get to it. I'm almost there. I could see it. I could almost see the scroll bar getting down to the bottom of the chat. Okay. Mamas and the Papas went to San Fran because of that hippie song about going there. Oh, yeah, gotcha. Alan says, Rocky makes me spend all my money on... Is it? Do I? Then I have won. Too bad I don't get a commission from it, but I hope so. I hope some of the things I recommended you are buying. X-Men is all the feels, Alan says. Studio Mirror. Oh, really? Pretty. Wow, those guys are awesome. Produce the animation. Alan will definitely take the animation conversation up a level if he comes in here for more frequently. Jeremy Polgar was the animation. Nice. So Jeremy was an acquaintance of ours, a friend of ours. Didn't he do some work for us, Alan? But he's an amazing, amazing animator. Oh, he came and interviewed with us too. At one point, we were looking at hiring him, but he ended up moving to LA. But yeah, amazing animator. Next time he misses Shanth, he's in for it. Awesome One says, The Average Men, how can we not offend anyone? Tune in next week as Gambit and Rogue spend another episode in a coffee shop. The Average Men, how can we not offend anyone? I get. Yeah, that's what I'm a little afraid of that. I'm a little afraid of that. John says tapas are delicious, which they are. Okay, 2,000-ish panels. Ugh. Oh, you're working on it right now? Cool. I can be the background white noise for you as you work on this. That's perfect. That's perfect. Rocky owns stock in comics. I wish, man. I really wish. If I could, how much I think and talk about comics, if I could make money off of that, that would be sweet. John says, this is the studio which made it. Yeah, this is. Alan was the, he was the point person for us on Esurance. He was the first man out. He actually, so here's a nice little insider tidbit. And then after I finish the story, I will show the trailer so that Mark can go to sleep. But Alan did a short film for Cartoon Network. They had like a shorts program, a web shorts program, and Alan did a short for that revamped Penelope Pit Stop, if you guys remember that cartoon. But he did it in an anime style, and this like amazing, like fast-paced car race, like staged like an anime, because Alan loves anime and manga and all that kind of stuff. So he totally revamped Penelope Pit Stop, and it was awesome, and everybody loved it. And the studio at the time that we were working for, it wasn't our own studio, it was another animation studio called Wild Brain. They used that to kind of pitch around as like, hey, we got this guy working for us, and try to get some work. And so that was one of the things that was shown to Esurance when they were bidding for the job. And so when Esurance wanted to do it in that style, they called up Alan and said, hey, can you help us lead this, help us direct this? And he did. And then he pulled me in and pulled my other buddy Brad in, and the rest was history. That was the start of it all. So it was awesome. You know me well. It is cute. Rocky thinks Mark is still. Aw, the chat. You got all right, I'm gonna get to this video. Maybe it'll wake Mark up. Maybe he still has his headphones in, and he can hear it. Mark, I hope you can hear it. Okay, here he is. Okay, I'm doing it. All right, here we go, Mark. All right, so this is Mission Comics and Art in San Francisco. Just finished it up. Check it out. There you go. There you go. Mission Comics and Art. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, Leaf's a cool dude. I love, out of all the stores, I'd say, I feel like Mission Comics and Art, one nice thing about them is they have these like little spots that you can kind of tuck yourself away. It's not that big of a store, but there's these little, I mentioned it in one of the title cards, was there's these little like nooks and places to sit, and the way that he displays his books really, you really feel like you can take them off the rack and read them. Like he kind of lays some out like up on wall racks. He lays some down on like lower shelves and tables, and kind of stacks them all over the place. You can see like the stacks of boxes and stuff. So you never feel like, there's some stores you walk in and you're like, ooh, is it okay if I touch this? Or they'll bag everything and you're like, can I open this out of the bag? And some of them let you do it or not. But his store is pretty inviting that way, and you never feel like you're gonna mess up a pile or mess up his display. And I think he does it on purpose. I'm assuming he does it on purpose, but it really invites you to kind of open up things that you wouldn't normally look at. So I really like that about that store. And yeah, he just has a nice selection of. The other cool thing that he has is he has the new books, like the new books for 1 week for the week of out on one shelf, and then right next to it's like 2 weeks ago, and then right next to it 3 weeks ago and 4 weeks ago. So you can look back and kind of catch up to stuff that you've missed out, and he keeps it pretty well stocked. So that's awesome. And then he's also a store that a lot of the times with like variant covers, he usually carries most of the ones that are out there, and he keeps them pretty in stock. Some stores will carry like 1 or 2 variant covers if you're lucky, and those usually go fast, but he has them pretty well stocked. So anytime I'm looking for an odd variant cover and I can't get it at another store, I'll go to his store and more than likely I'll find it. I am shocked, Alan, that you have not been there. We are going to have to rectify that very quickly. You're going to have to come with me to go there on a Wednesday because it's a great store. I think, yeah, you should definitely go. And John was asking, this is the last of the 4 San Francisco comic shops we were going to do, Rocky? No, like I had mentioned in the chat, I think I've got 3 more. There's Isotope, and then there's another one called Sour Cherry Comics, which is more independent. Excuse me. And then another one called something Sprocket. What is it? Slips my mind. Something Sprocket, which also carries a lot more alternative independent books. So those are cool. Those are a little off the beaten path for me because they don't usually carry mainstream books or superhero books, but I still want to do videos for them too. And then after that, there's a whole slew of stores that are outside of the city. Like East Bay has great stores, and down the peninsula has some great stores too. So I'm planning on pushing out the boundaries once I finish San Francisco. Let's see. Did the number of stores go up? Am I miscounting or something? Yeah, maybe I misspoke. But no, it's always been like this. And actually, I heard that there used to be a lot more than the ones that are here. But correct me if I'm wrong. Alan might know. I remember there was another store in the Mission that was like, it was almost like you were walking into a guy's closet. I can't remember where it was. Maybe it's like 24th Street or something. I just felt it was really cramped. Like Al, was it called Al? No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But that one's not there anymore. Mission parking is rough. It is, but it's actually not too bad in front of Mission Comics. I've been pretty lucky getting parking there, especially when I go. So no, I'm taking you. We're going next time. Nice. Isn't there the trolley you could ride? John. According to Full House, isn't there a trolley that rides that? No, the trolley only is like super touristy, and it goes from a very specific, like Union Square up north towards the water. Very touristy area. I've ridden it before. It's very fun. It's an awesome mode of transportation, but it doesn't get you around the city that easily. Thanks, Rocky, for the stream. Good night, everyone. Good night, Mark's Music Obsession. Thank you for hanging in there. I'm glad that you did. We will be going through, for those who can stick around, we will be going through the books that I picked up today, and I'll be setting up a poll again for you guys to vote on which book I should do a closer look on, like I did the last week. So Mark, well, I'm going to close the poll at midnight, but Mark, if you wake up early and give your vote, I'll still take it. Alan Lau says there's a cable car, but it's more of a yeah, exactly. So long, Mark's music. So funny, so long. I almost just started singing that from The Sound of Music, Comrade Sammy, because I just saw that play today. I had to chaperone one of my kids to watch that play. A high school was putting on that play, and it was actually really good. So yeah, I have those songs playing in my head right now. Alan Lau saying later. Wait, no, she's not leaving, Alan. Comrade Sammy doesn't leave. She's around. Did you guys hear that? My cat's trying to get out of here. I have to let him out in a second. The troll Lee. That's cool. Hello. Okay. Hang on one second. Gotta let my cat out. Sorry. That was embarrassing, but that's how it goes with cats. Holocron went to another level of German language knowledge. No, nobody's leaving. Are people leaving? Don't leave yet. I think Comrade Sammy was saying Auf Wiedersehen to Mark's music obsession, Alan. Unless you're leaving, but don't leave. You just got here. Nobody leave. Everybody stay. I'm locking the doors. Early 2000s, I didn't buy new books anymore because mostly discount ones were cheaper. Yeah, I kind of fluctuated. I've mentioned that before. I've fluctuated and took a break from comics for a long, long time. But now I'm back in, and now I'm hooked. Yes, thank you, John. John's clarifying here. You two are confusing each other. Mark is the one who's leaving. Everybody, calm down. Calm down. It's all good. Awesome One says, does Sprocket have a German monkey? I know exactly that reference. And no, it does not. Silver Sprocket, that's the name of the store, Silver Sprocket. They actually are also, they publish some books as well. They've got a great collection of like zines and like weird, alternative, unique stuff you will never find in a regular comic book store. So they're going to be worth highlighting for sure. Yeah, they have a whole section of like underground zines and super bizarre stuff, but it's fun. Hey, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 is here. How are you? Comics Closet? That's not the name of the store, but it was kind of like a closet. Like you would walk in and there were just stacks and stacks and piles everywhere. And there was like a grumpy dude sitting at a desk, and then you almost couldn't turn around. It was not conducive for people walking in. I didn't like it at all. I think I went maybe like 2 times and then I never went back. Mr. Monkey Boy saying hi, YMCA, yo monkey. What's up? Everybody saying hello. Justice, hashtag justice for trolley. TR trolley lives matter. We've turned it in the span of 5 minutes. We've turned it into a we've turned it into a movement. Amazing. Yeah, you don't want that to happen, Comrade Sammy. You don't want that to happen. But it was close. It was really close. That cat could never be a chat. Yeah, the cat ninja. Yeah, that cat. No, he would never. And I think as he gets older, he's getting louder. Maybe he's getting more. Maybe he's getting deaf. I don't know. He's really loud. It's endearing when you want him to be, but when you're doing stuff like this, it's like really annoying. He was telling me about how how the German greeting of Hallo came from Halo. No kidding. Wow, good question. Alan says, what comic brought you back to collecting? What comics got me back to collecting? You know, a lot of independent comics did, actually. A lot of the crowdfunding comics. I will say, like a lot of the Comicsgate crowdfunders, Shanth, Alan, you know Shanth, you've met Shanth. I don't think Alan has seen Nosfero. Have you seen Nosfero, Alan? Let me know if you haven't. I will whip it out, my copy, and kind of not flip through it, because I've done this before, but I will show you that. You need to pick that book up. You can't get it now, but he's going to do a second chance campaign, and you should pick it up because it's amazing. So yeah, I'd say like I think the YouTube independent comic creators, and Shanth was a big voice for that, kind of looping me back in, just were amazing. Just the quality and the kind of books that they were coming out with reminded me of early Image, just people doing whatever the heck they wanted to. But the whole YouTube audience, connecting with the audience directly, was a totally different thing. And as you've seen, like with everybody that's here in the chat, like just building up relationships with people this way, we've never seen this before. And so it's amazing. It's really amazing. Rocky gone nuts. He's trying to try. Okay. Bungie was going to make a game called Hello. I'm sure it was marketed by a German, I bet, and became Halo. Yep. I think I think you nailed it. Awesome one. I think you did. Awesome one says manga brought me back to collecting. That's good. Yeah, it's huge not resurgence, but a huge domination of the market cuz I'd say mainstream books it's funny you think about it. Mainstream books were kind of floundering juxtaposed with the movies doing like making some of the biggest blockbuster movies ever, but comics were scuffling during the same time. So it was really this weird contrast. So, but yeah, and I think the availability of manga, that I remember when I was growing up, there was only a handful of people, one or two people in my life that had access to manga, and the manga that they had access to was really limited. It was like Ranma one half, Dragon Ball, Akira, some Robotech, and that was about it. But now it's just like the access to manga has been amazing. The stuff that's been translated into English has been like gone through the roof. And then I know like for us here in the city, the access of manga in libraries is incredible. Like that just opens it up to a new audience, and they have a huge sections in all our libraries of manga, almost bigger than the American graphic, or usually bigger than the American graphic novel sections. And so yeah, I mean, so many new fans and readers are exposed to it, and then obviously like Netflix and all the streaming services, Crunchyroll and all them have so many shows. It's different than when we were just watching it on one videotape that was copied 40 times over. Mr. Monkey Boy 1960 says, watching till I fall asleep. All right, cool. I have that effect on people. So I'm happy to like ease you into the deep slumber today. Alan Lau says, I've seen some images of what Shanth wants cooking, but haven't seen the whole book. Okay, I'm going to get it. See how quickly I jumped up to get it. Anytime I can advertise Shanth's book. Here it is, Nosfero the Crypt Walker. It's a labor of love. But the amazing thing, and Shanth has like, if you check out Shanth's YouTube channel, somebody can throw the link for Shanth's YouTube channel. I don't know if you've seen it, Alan, but he has done hundreds of streams of him painting this stuff on stream. But look how beautiful this is. Fully painted comic book. Well, he's getting this mirroring. Weird. Fully painted comic book. And it's like pulp, his love for pulp. Incredible storytelling and designs. It's just Shanth just poured out his heart in this book. I had a great conversation with him the other day, just about where we are. We're always constantly just saying like, if you had told us in college that this is how, like that our relationship would take this turn and we would be connected this way over YouTube about comics, we would have been like, what are you talking about? Crazy future people. So yeah, this is a book. It's like a nice bigger digest kind of format, square bound. So check it out when he pulls out that second chance campaign. I'm sure he'd appreciate your support, and it's worth every penny. Awesome one just posted Shanth's last stream here. It's great. And yeah, that was one of the things I was talking to Shanth, like he is so good at painting and talking at the same time, and I think that has a lot to do with him being a teacher, being able to do demonstrations, and Alan knows this about me. Like, I'm not that kind of person. I like to crawl into my little cave and do my art and then come out and show it to people. So it's been a adjustment trying to work my way towards being comfortable drawing in front of people or drawing with people ultimately or essentially looking over your shoulder while you're drawing. So yeah, it's a big learning curve, but Sean's great at it. He's really good at it. A lot of people on YouTube are really good at it. The days of using one VHS to record a show and recording over the previous week. Yeah, it is. Alan now says Shant is a beast. He is. He's amazing. And he's built up a great YouTube channel. And he's just put a lot of positive artwork. And just, it is who Shant is. Like I said, you've met him. So you know him. You know his personality, and it is him through and through. That's the amazing thing. It comes across on his YouTube streams, and that's what makes it so fun. And that's why I watch it. It's like just catching up with a friend every time he streams. It's really great. Awesome One says, the worst part of VHS recording was the VCR may choose the wrong channel. Yeah, don't you remember that? You'd have to program it and set it. That was so crazy that I think of it. Like all these like buttons you had to set. Okay, it's happening on Tuesday at this time, and yeah, and then it wouldn't record it, and then that was it. You would never ever be able to watch whatever you're trying to record. All right, cool. So showed you guys that video, Mission Comics. That will be going into my repertoire. It will be. I'll make it public on my YouTube channel to share out, and then it'll also be in the intro videos of my streams. Now it'll get into the rotation. So that's cool. That's what I went in. And then the other thing that I obviously wanted to do tonight was to go over the books to get you guys to vote on which book I should do a closer look on. So let me get to that. Let me switch to that view. All right, so let's see, where are we? Did you delete your Spawn and Cobra Commander? I didn't. Are they gone? I think if you look under, I think they're in the live stream playlist. Awesome One. I think you will be able to find them. But if they're not there, they should still be there. I didn't delete them. Maybe I should, but I didn't delete them. All right, cool. So John says, the chat ninja is super quiet. Beware. Yeah, Alan, if you don't know, you'll know now. Comrade Sammy is the chat ninja, and she'll disappear and be quiet. And then we're like, where's Comrade Sammy? And she'll come out. She'll get you. She'll come up behind you and slit your throat before you know it. So yeah, be careful. Okay. All right, here's the first book that I picked up. Takashi Okazaki's Star Wars Visions, The Ronin the Droid. And this cover, this is one that I called Frank, and I was like, hey, Frank, do you have this book? Because not many people, it's not a huge seller, Visions, because it's so obscure. It's kind of, this odd one-shots that come out. But I called him up. I said, Frank, do you have a copy? He's like, yeah, I think I still have one copy. And so he held it for me. And the cool thing was the copy that he got me is the Stan Sakai variant cover, which I didn't even know he was doing a variant cover for this. But so yeah, I was really psyched to see that. For those of you who don't know, Stan Sakai, is that how you pronounce it? Is the Usagi Yojimbo creator. I think I have one of his books here. Let me see. Oh yeah. This is just a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Usagi Yojimbo crossover. But yeah, this is Stan Sakai. Sakai's, I don't know how to pronounce his name. This is his style, his character. And so he did a cover for this, which was neat. So for those of you who don't know, I think everybody who was here last week. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through relatively quickly the books that I picked up this week do quick flip throughs, just kind of talk about why I picked it up, maybe a little backstory here and there, nothing too deep. And then after it's done, I'm going to set up a poll on my community tab on this channel, and then you guys get to vote which book I will go more in depth in. So last week's book, which won the voting, was Peach Momoko's Ultimate X-Men #1. And then I did a video on that. That turned out pretty cool, I think. It was fun going deeper into that book. So yeah, there will be, tonight I have 4 books, which is good because the poll only allows 4. Last time I think I had 7 or something, so I had to do 2 polls, which was a little bit confusing. But yeah, this week is 4 books, and this is the first one. So the backstory to this, speaking of Peach Momoko, she actually did a Visions book that I reviewed several weeks ago. And Visions is like, my understanding of Visions, they did this in an animated sense too for Star Wars, but they're doing comics under the banner of Visions, where they are taking a Japanese manga creator and giving them a one-shot to write and draw, and in the Star Wars universe. So Peach Momoko did one, and so this artist Takashi Okazaki is doing this one, and he has actually already done a Visions book, which he did this, I think, in maybe 2022? I can't remember. But Takashi Okazaki, for those of you who don't know, he's the creator of Afro Samurai, if you guys know that. That's a really cool anime that came out many, many, many years ago. At one point, Samuel L. Jackson was attached to it. And this Japanese creator, Takashi Koike, was a director on it. But yeah, so Takashi Okazaki did a Visions book about it once. And I really like this one. This is kind of his Afro Samurai style. And he kind of envisioned Jedi in like this Ronin style. Like you can see the droids. It's kind of this lone wolf and cub, but like in Star Wars a little bit. So he did this book, and then I had heard when they were doing some more that they were going to hire him or get him to do another one. So that's what this one is. Let's see. Awesome one posting links to my crazy drawings. Thank you. I need to do more draw streams. I admit I'm like getting so into all this other YouTube stuff, and then I'm falling behind on actual drawing stuff that I need to do. So I need to do some secret draw streams coming up here soon. Comrade Sammy says, that's such a baseless accusation. I wouldn't do any of that. Sorry. You know what, Comrade Sammy?
Oh my god, he just ran in.
Actually, Alan could speak to this. I remember when Leroy Jenkins came out. I think we were at work, Alan. I think we just watched that one like over and over again. John says, yeah, I should have been here when Rocky had a bunch more viewers before the chat ninja. Yeah, she killed them all. Thanks, Awesome One. He's posting all my drawing streams, all 3 of them. Thank you so much. Thanks for those links. You'll scare off the new viewers. I just voted for Helen. I lost. #1 rule of Ninja School. Okay. Lone Wolf Artist was like, no more. Jay Ryan is drawing now, but I'm here. Oh, Art and Times Jay Ryan. That guy's awesome. He's doing his cover drawings, his streams. His streams go on for hours, so you'll be able to catch it. You'll be able to catch it when mine's done. But yeah, Jay Ryan does some great stuff. And again, another person, another talent out there who can just talk and draw at the same time. Okay, so here is this episode of Visions. I haven't really looked at this, but I'm assuming, switch camera. I'm assuming it's kind of some of the same stuff. The setup, Ronin walks his path, slaying Sith with his droid by his side. This is a vision of how their paths first crossed. So I'm wondering if, well, I'll just flip through it a little bit. Like I said, I don't want to go too in depth, but you guys can see similar style to that other book. He's a great artist. I haven't picked up the Afro Samurai compilations. They have 2 volumes, I think, where he did the comic strip first, and then they did the animated adaptation of it. Both amazing, both similar, yet there's differences to it too. I feel like his, at least what I've looked through in the Afro Samurai compilations, the comic, it's a little bit looser, a little bit more raw, and the animated series, miniseries, was a lot tighter. But ultra violent. He does very cool action sequences, and he always does this kind of black and white style. So this works really well. This looks cool. This looks like it's almost silent. Oh, here we go. Here's the talking. But I love him kind of adding in the Japanese flavor to Star Wars, which obviously was already influenced. George Lucas was already influenced by Japanese stories like Seven Samurai and stuff. So it's nice to see it on the other side, going back into the Japanese influence. So there we go. There's Visions. That's what it kind of looks like. John says, being mean to the chat ninja, this should play out well. Alan Lau says, Leroy Jenkins was the prehistoric version of a meme. It was before memes were even, before the term meme was even coined. So, but it's still funny. But prehistoric in the sense that the audio levels were really bad. And that's what Comrade Sammy does not like. Awesome one just put the link for Jay Ryan in it. Yeah, guys, check out the Art and Times of Jay Ryan. Check out, subscribe to his YouTube channel. I do. And he puts on, I think he's doing, I don't know if I'm getting it confused with him or Shelby Robertson, but I think maybe both of them are doing a cover a week for those blank sketch covers. They're doing one a week. I think so. Or maybe he's doing one a day. I know Shelby's doing one a week because his is like 52 drawings or something like that. But maybe Jay Ryan's doing one a day. I can't remember. But he's awesome. He's great. Great style. Awesome one. Is Jay Ryan clean enough for kids? I'd say so. I mean his drawings are. I don't know about what he talks about. I've only seen a few of the streams live. So, yeah, I couldn't say. That's a good question. Are our kids watching, John? Are your kids watching? His work is sexy, but he does 0 and... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think his artwork is fine from what I've seen. John says, I have none. However, was recommending to a kid interested in drawing. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'd say like definitely the drawings, even like Shelby's channel. Again, the conversation, I'm not sure where conversation goes in and out of what they talk about, but the drawings for sure, I think are fine. CG has a lot of inappropriate material for kids. It does. Yeah, it can be for sure. So yeah, you got to sift through it before you start recommending. You can recommend my channel, but I don't draw. Not yet. Not a lot. I will. So many excuses, Rocky. Stop it. But yeah. Hey, Cranberry Landers is back. Welcome back. I recommended Shanth and Rocky and Dan Lawless. Thanks. Thank you. Dan Lawless. Yeah, that's another great channel to watch. I think he just posted one on redrawing Wonder Woman, a Jim Lee drawing of Wonder Woman that he did. He redrew it in his Dan Lawless style, but it's cool. Dan's got a very soothing voice too, very like he feels like an art teacher. So yeah. Here's Dan Lawless's channel. Thank you, awesome one with the links today. Alan Al says, hello, Cranberry Landers. All right, cool. Everybody's connecting. Perfect. Okay, so that was the first book, Star Wars Visions by Takashi Okazaki. Number 2 that I picked up today is G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 305. I've talked about this series a few times. I'm still down with it. This is a great team. I think If I'm not mistaken, Chris Mooneyham might be leaving the series. I don't know exactly what issue he will be, but I think he's leaving the series, which is a bummer because he's a great artist. But if you recall, they're in the middle of fighting zombies with Serpentor Khan, and so they've kind of built up this great plot with all the heroes that we love, and it's just full on GI Joe action. When Frank pulled this book for me, it was the full colored cover, this exact cover, but it's fully covered. And then I saw this black and white one on the rack, so I switched it out and I said, Frank, I love the one you pulled for me, but I always will go for the black and white cover. And so he was laughing about that. So here is, wow. Again, I haven't looked at this. That is amazing. That is such a cool Cobra Commander hood. I love it. Yeah, Chris Mooneyham, he's doing some reinventing of or re-envisioning of the characters, but it's so true to who they are. And it feels like you're watching a TV series when you read this book. It's very cool. I have mistakenly said that this was in the Energon universe. I've said this a number of times, but it's not. This is its own thing. It's the whole Larry Hama story, but it's great. It's really good. So yeah, I'll just flip through this a little bit so you guys can get a sense of this book. I have talked about G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero before, but I'm happy to look at this book closer. This is with Zartan too, which is amazing. I think he's going to have a bigger role in the next book. All right. Lots of letters pages. They're bringing back the letters pages. Oh, Art of Invincible season. Wow, really? Okay. This is cool. So it looks like Snake Eyes is going to have a big role in Zartan next issue. Yeah, I don't know how long this run is going to go, or this story arc is going to go, but I've been enjoying it. So that's book 2 for today that will be to vote on. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, number 305. Cranberry Lander says, Ethan and John Malin smoke marijuana and do drugs on their channels. No, they don't. Flawless Lawless. Yeah, Dan did. Did he? As far as language, I'd have to get back to you. We like to mess with Jay a lot. Maybe he'll throw out an expletive here and there. I guess it depends on how old the kids are, John. Completely inappropriate to recommend. Yeah. Those like the bigger CG guys. Like, yeah, I wouldn't recommend those channels to younger kids. A lot of people like Dan Lawless's work. He's great. He's got a great style, and he's really fast, and he's got a great way of explaining stuff. He works predominantly in Photoshop, and he did another video that I saw of, he was taking Rob Liefeld, some panels that Rob Liefeld had drawn, and using the liquify tool to correct them. So like there'd be panels with like the characters had their eyes were like a little wonky or whatever, and he'd use the liquify tool to like adjust it, and it was cool. It was a really neat tutorial. So he's putting out some good content. John says, yeah, watching Lawless work is crazy, but I'm not an artist. John is a marketer for CG. John is a connector, for sure. Both him and Comrade Sammy are connectors. And it's awesome. Letters pages are a good idea. I love letters pages. I think I guess it's kind of like the YouTube chat if you think about it, but in a comic form. It's like a way for the creator to connect with the audience and communicate with them, albeit it takes a month to hear back if your letter gets picked. But that was always a fun thing as a kid, seeing like you'd turn in a letter and hope that it would get chosen. Or even I got a kick of like seeing where people were from, like they'd put the city and state where people are from. You're like, oh wow, they don't live too far away from me. Or you would just see like how wide the audience was. Cranberry Lander says, yeah, they do. Maybe you haven't. I haven't seen that. I don't watch their streams that often, to be totally honest. I watch more streams where it's like creators creating stuff, and I'm not big on the arguing right now and all the like Discord right now. Not on Discord, discourse, I guess I should say. I'm more into like people creating comic books, and that's why I love Daniel Warren Johnson's YouTube channel. That's a great one. Actually, that's a great one you should recommend, John. That one's totally clean from the streams I've watched. He's a family man, and he's got a little kid, and he's super chill and really fun to watch, and he's an incredible artist, and he's able to draw on stream. So yeah, I would recommend, actually, now that you say it, I would recommend Daniel Warren Johnson's stream. And if you just do a search for him, you'll find it. There's another guy named Tyrell Cannon. He's a great artist. I love his streams. I really like Unhinged streams. I like his draw streams. They're fun. They're fast. There's like short little snippets and they're fast. Oh, I would recommend Kenneth Rocafort's streams. He does his daily morning sketch streams. He's not even talking. There's not even background music. He's just drawing in his sketchbook, and they are like unbelievable masterpieces. Speaking of which, did you guys see that Groken 3 launched? That campaign? If anybody wants to throw that link in the chat. Holy moly. I'm so excited about that book, and big fan of Kenneth Rocafort's work. And yeah, he does his daily draw stream, so I would recommend those. Those for sure would blow some kid's mind. I watched as Ethan was lighting up, drinking heavily, and doing it. Yeah. That dude he walks to the beat of his own drum. I stand to stay away from non-creative channels these days. Yeah. I mean, you'll pop in and out to hear what is going on, but to be totally honest, it gets a little old. And I just love people creating stuff. That to me is like magic. Like just to watch, even though I'm an artist myself, to watch other people create live is like magic. And it doesn't even have to be comic books, like anything that I find when people are creating stuff live, it's just like unbelievable. So I love that. So yeah, those are the kind of channels that and like people nerding out about comics. Those are the main channels and kind of tech gear too. I've mentioned like Tom Buck's channel. I love his channel, and he's a total tech nerd. Daniel Warren Johnson. Yep, he's the guy who's doing Transformers right now. He's one of my favorites. Right. Yeah, I don't like that stuff either. I'm into comics, art, and film. That's about where my interest ends. And there's so much of that stuff out there. Like there's so much content out there on comics, art, and film. So you will never run out of finding stuff. John says Kenneth is great. Yeah. The only thing about him is he will post his streams. I guess I don't have to see him live, but it is kind of magical watching him do it live. But his streams, I think he lives in Utah. So I don't know what is Utah's time zone. A couple hours ahead of us on the West Coast. 1 or 2 hours at least ahead. So his streams always start like right when I'm waking up, and then I miss him. By the time I'm like fully conscious, he's done. Cranberry Langer says, I did. Gorgeous art from Kenneth Rocafort, per usual. Amazing art. Yeah. So you backed it? Yeah, I backed it. I think I was backer number, I want to say 27. But I snatched that up like right when it went live. It went live midnight today. Midnight Wednesday. I was like, doink, I got to get that book. So yeah, it's awesome. Michael Bancroft was doing a campaign start stream for Grokken 3 too. Oh, okay, cool. Let's go. Maybe I'll wrap this up so I can go see that. Okay, book 2. Speaking of G.I. Joe, Cobra Commander number 3 came out. Again, a series I've been really enjoying, and it seems like it's kind of ramping up. I think it's 5 or 6 issues, but it's a fun one. I enjoy the art. I enjoy the stories, and this one is in the Energon universe. Look at that. Cobra Commander and his bald head. Or metal head. But yeah, the cool thing about this and all the... Wow, that's amazing. That is messed up. That would be fun to talk about. But they don't beat around the bush as far as intensity and the gravity of the situation. They don't beat around the bush, which is fun. Wow, this is crazy. I'm excited to read this one. I won't ruin all of it. Whoa, I'm ruining it. This looks amazing. Okay, cool. Yeah, this will be a cool one to, at least for me to read. But if you want me to go deeper in it, I will. Here, speaking of Daniel Warren Johnson, this is, and if I hold it here long enough, you guys can snatch this QR code. This is a book that he just launched on Kickstarter. I think it's still live, guys. So look it up. This is his own original book, Extremity. He's kickstarting a artist edition, full black and white scans of his artwork for this book, Extremity. And it's also an add-on you can add is like the art of Extremity. So it's like an art of book, which on top of this, you can imagine having another art of book, but yes, he's doing another art of book. So it's an incredible campaign. I'm super excited about this, and I back this one. So yeah, this is Daniel Warren Johnson stuff. He's fun. He seems like just such a cool guy too, like really friendly and chill, and like he plays guitar. There was one stream he was like, I don't feel like drawing, guys, and everybody's like, it's cool, man, you don't have to. Vanessa was up at 2:30 a.m. pushing Roquefort over 10K this morning. Oh, really? Yeah, I think he's at like third. I haven't looked at the campaign recently, but it's insane. Oh, and Vanessa is in a family show. Okay, I don't know Vanessa. Is she one of the key supporters, the Roqueforts? But yeah, I know he's got huge supporters. He's great. Cool colors on the cover. Yeah, it's neat stuff. Andrea Milana is the artist. Bancroft stream has ended now. Oh, okay. Well, we can go watch it after this one's done. The chat is certainly not kid friendly. Yeah, you can't. Yeah. I don't even want to know what kind of chats my kids see with the stuff. I mean, they watch pretty chill content, or not chill, but like pretty safe content. But I can't even imagine the chat. Like my son watches a lot of sports YouTubers that are doing crazy sports stunts and sportsy kind of things. So I can't even imagine what the chat and the comments are in those. Great lettering and design in the interiors. Yeah, I think so. I really felt like when this issue 1 of this book came out, I was like, yeah, that was pretty good. But I feel like with 2 and now 3, it's like upping its game. So it's fun to see. Very much the Smiling Man ripoff from Ghost in the Shell. Maybe that was, yeah, I can see that. I can see some of that influence there. But it's kind of cool, kind of twisted. Man, we are close to having tech in our brains like that show Wild. I just saw, I think there was a live stream on X that Elon Musk put out, and they were showing some dude that was using Neuralink, which is that, I don't know if it's an implant, but like, I don't think it's an implant, but like brain reading. Basically, they were saying like, this is the modern day telepathy. I didn't see the results of it. I just saw like a little clip starting off where they're introducing the guy, but I was like, holy moly, we're already there. Wow. Hey, Studio Siscart, Funny Pictures Comics. Welcome. Nice to meet you. How are you doing? Welcome to my stream. Good to meet you. Hope you're having a good day. We are just going through some of the books that I picked up today for Wednesday. New books that I picked up today. The first 3 are these guys. I got one more to go through. These are the first 3. And the way it works is at the end of this, I will post a poll in my community tab for you guys or everybody who wants to. And I also put out a link on Twitter or X about it as well to the poll. But you guys get to vote which I get to do a deep dive or what I call a closer look video on, kind of dissecting more the comic as I read it. So yeah, it's a little bit of interactive thing, but welcome. Great to see you. Thanks for showing up. What are we talking about? Okay, so hopefully that explains it. But if not, let me know and I can go over it again. Comrade Sammy says, until Elon Musk himself drills that freakish technology into his brain, won't be going anywhere near it. Yeah, he reminds me of, have any of you guys seen that movie Contact? There's like a character there who's like a billionaire guy who ends up supporting Jodie Foster's character and like funding her research. But he has like a inoperable, I think it's like brain cancer or something. But he has all the money in the world, and I think he flies himself up to space and he lives in space because the cancer grows slower in space or something, the way they set up the story. He ended up dying himself, but that guy reminds me of like, that's Elon Musk. He's going to be that guy. Like, all the money in the world, can do whatever he wants and does crazy things. I know C Studio, he on X. Neuralink is an implant. Okay, that's creepy. Comrade Sammy is intolerant of cyborgs. Can you take a pill for that? Cyborg intolerance? She's a cyborgist. Cyborg lives matter. Okay, so this last book, I decided to throw a curveball in it. Actually, if Alan is still here, he will appreciate this. But I decided to throw a curveball in this because I think each week it's, you can pretty much find out, whether it's on my channel or other channels, what are the new books coming out this week. So that's, everybody has access to that. But I love throwing in a curveball of like either a book from my collection or something out from left field to see if people want to know more about it, because I want to introduce people to all the kind of crazy stuff out there, not just what's current. So this was a book I pulled out of my collection called Killing Girl. This is number 1 of 5. And this is a book that came out from Image in 2007. Wow, that was a long time ago. And it's written by Glenn Brunswick, and the artist is Frank Espinoza. So Frank Espinoza, he is somebody whose work I definitely want to go more in depth with. If it's not about this book and this week, I definitely want to bring up Frank's work, because he disappeared from the scene. He kind of came out swinging around this time. Alan Lau says, have you not seen this, Alan? I mean, Alan knows Frank. We worked with Frank. So Frank worked with us on the Esurance campaign. We hired him. He was like a storyboard artist. But I met Frank. I had heard about him because there was this huge buzz about his independent book that he was working on called Rocketto. And at the time we were all going as a company, we were going to San Diego Comic-Con, and I found out he was going to be there. And so however it was, like, reached out to him and like met him in person, and he ended up being the nicest guy. But he was coming out with this book called Rocketto, and that is a book that I definitely want to do a video on or review sometime soon, because it's unbelievable. And you'll see in here, his artwork is so different, so gestural, so different than what was mainstream back then. And he was just a unique talent. And I found out later that he's even really good friends with Alex Ross, which is weird because Alex Ross's style is so different from Frank's. So anyway, he came out with this book, Rocketto. I think he did like 2 volumes of it. And it was beautiful, beautiful, like adventure story. And here, I'll pull out just so you can see the covers of it. These were the covers. And he did this cool landscape style. These came out as individual issues, but then he compiled it into this like landscape style. Just awesome stuff. Really awesome work. Influenced by animation, He actually, like, his day job when he was working on this was he was doing like style guides for Warner Brothers. Crazy to think, like he was doing like style guides for like Bugs Bunny, but then he did this kind of stuff. But just super cool artwork. I love his artwork, painted, traditionally painted. And then because of the popularity of this and the success of this, he got hired on to do this book, Killing Girl. And so I just recently ran across it again in my collection. I was like, oh, yeah, Killing Girl. So I thought I was going to throw this in as a curveball to see if you guys would want me to look at it deeper. Let's see. Cranberry Langinger says, great cover. Awesome One says, Frank got too full of himself and trying to please everyone and it didn't go over well. Oh, really? Is that what happened? I know that Frank, I didn't keep in touch with him too closely. He worked on a few jobs with us, but then we lost touch. Like it was around this time. And then I know he went teaching. He became a teacher, like I think in Europe somewhere. And that was the last I heard of him. And he did this book. He might have done another something. I can't remember. But then he disappeared from the comic scene. So awesome One. If I don't know if where you got the information, but I'd love to know where you heard that. John says, meh, cover seems unfinished to me. I like details. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Fair enough. Very sketchbook. Yep. Yeah, he's definitely got a loose, painterly style, which I think is what stood out. And I'd seen some of his originals too, and it's really beautiful. Cranberry Langer says, interesting. John says, Rocky, show us early Shant comics you have exclusive copies of. I can. I have pulled them out before. There was one stream Shant did. It was before I even put my face on screen, when I was still going by the handle The Groomsman. And there was one time he called me on his stream and I showed some of his comics, but I could. Maybe I should do a whole stream about Shant's books. Which Miller are we talking about? Oh, no. This is not Frank Miller. This is Frank Espinoza. Yeah, not Frank Miller. No, I know Frank Miller pissed off a lot of people. For sure. As I love Frank Miller. He's one of my favorites. Top five creators. But yeah, no, this is Frank Espinoza. He would not piss people off. He's super nice. But yeah, look at this style. Crazy. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this wasn't like digital paint. I know the art, like the black and white, was not digitally done. It was like ink brush on paper. But I think the colors might have been because Frank painted his own stuff. So yeah, this is kind of what Killing Girl's about. This is kind of the look and feel. He played around a lot with negative space, but he had great expressions and just a looseness to his style. That's the first issue. This is not Frank. This is Frank Cho. Oh, no, not Frank Cho. Michael Cho. He did a lot of variant covers and stuff. Oh, here it is. Here's an advertisement for Rocketo. Journey to the Sea. He got nominated for an Eisner. It was awesome. Like, he was a rock star when this came out, and then totally disappeared. There you go. Killing Girl. No, it's not Frank Miller. Frank Espinoza, guys. I like it. Colors and stuff, lines, differentiate object colors from them. Yeah, it's totally different, right? You said Miller a lot. Alan says, I believe Frank Espinoza had family commitments, so he had to pull back on the comic work and move to teaching. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I mean, comics is a tough business to... I should try and find him again. I want to see if I can find him again. Or Alan, if you have his contact, I don't know. I might have his old email somewhere, but I miss that guy. Like, he was so good. I would love to see him do comics again. John says, strange. I want ginger snaps or graham crackers right now. Too bad I don't have any. Oh, well. Comrade Sammy. She changed back into a piece of wood, a log. Awesome One says, don't like it. Okay. Cranberry Langer says, looks great to me. There you go. Each vote matters, guys. So, put your vote in. Artsy look, yeah. So cool. So okay, so these are the 4 books here. Killing Girl, Cobra Commander, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, and Visions, The Ronin and the Droid by Takashi Okazaki. So what I'll do now is I'm going to set up the poll right now. And is this the right one? Let me see. Make sure I got the right window here. Okay, so I will set up the poll now. And right when I publish it, you guys can put your votes in. So option 1 is Visions. Oops. So here we go. Star Wars, Visions, the Ronin and the Droid. Ah, there's a character limit. Dang it. I'll just say Star Wars Visions. Can I fit his name? Takashi Okazaki. Okay, cool. Star Wars Visions, Takashi Okazaki is number 1. Number 2 is G.I. Joe, number 305, G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. Oops. G.I. Joe, number 305. Then Cobra Commander. Number 3. And then Killing Girl, number 1. Killing Girl, number 1. And because I'm anal like this, I need to see the title. See, vote for the book you want me to review closer for my Wanderings Comics. Poll closes at midnight. So yeah, I'll close at midnight. So in like 3-ish hours, guys, I'm going to close the poll. Even though people were like still voting the next day. So is it a hard close? Well, if it sways the vote and people are still voting next day, then I might consider it. But I'm just going to say polls close at midnight. All right, I'm going to post that. Did that post? All right, there we go. So have at it, people. Oop. Vote, vote, vote. Let's see. Okay, let me catch up here. Wow, you guys. Cranberry Langer says you should get animal crackers, John. Oh. Publish. All right. Am I in the right view? I'm in the right view. It happened again where that weird view goes. All right. John says I vote Shanth. Always vote Shanth. Shanth should just be the option. He should always be an option there. Have a second round of tacos. It's pretty late. Second round tacos. All right. Sounds good. Tacos are always good. All times. I like animal crackers. Don't have any of those either. Costco just released animal crackers dipped in Reese's Pieces. Pretty good. 2020 interview with Frank Espinoza. Did you give a link, Alan? Did we miss that? Did it not show up? Yeah, I didn't see the link. John says, might have to go to BJ's tomorrow and get some. Craving will be gone by then. That's a 2020 interview with Frank. Oh, Rocky Allen leads. Oh, yeah. All right, Alan. Oh, okay. Hey, Alan, I'm going to make you a mod so that you can post links. How do I do that? I forgot. Oh, here. Add as moderator. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Now you're a moderator. See that little blue wrench, Alan? Alan is less techie than I am, so we got to walk him through this, guys. But basically, you got a blue wrench next to your name, Alan. Anytime you show up in my chat, you are technically a moderator, so you can post links now. You can also block people, too, if you want to. Alan, make blue. Yeah, I just wrenched him. That's momentous. He got wrenched. Killing Girl, is that about the chat ninja? That's a good one. That's nice. I agree. That's a good one. Good, aka Comrade Sammy, aka Killing Girl. Alan does get a wrench automatically. Boom. Oh yeah, Snyder's pretzels. I really like those. I like the ones that have the honey mustard. That's really good. My thoughts exactly. Rocky should review that one. Reminds me of myself. I'm just going to hold up a mirror, Comrade Sammy, for that book. Yes, in Reese's Pieces. In like melted, like peanut butter and chocolate covered animal cracker. It's amazing. Don't abuse it. Don't abuse it. My mod squad's tight. These guys are tight. They run a tight ship. Don't abuse it. Actually, if you abuse it, it'll be funny, but don't. Alan won't be unique in chatting. We're mods like the rest of us. It's okay. It's good. I just figure I'm laying the groundwork here, and then when like millions of subscribers come, they're going to be like, wow, there's very few. How do you get to be a mod? And you guys can tell the grand old story of how there was one that one day when everybody was mods in my chat that decided to show up. Alan is already feeling it. Welcome to the mod squad. Whoop whoop. Do I have anything for that? Do I have anything for the mod squad?
Oh my god, he just ran in.
That is totally Alan right now. That was too perfect. Oh man. Awesome one says he left a comment. All right. Did you leave a comment on this stream or the community poll? I'm going to check because I can do that. Oh, is it on the poll? Let me look. Now you got me curious. Refresh. Oh, we already got votes. Already votes are in. Okay, what's the comment here? Cranberry Langer says he voted. This is worth it to show this awesome one. That's amazing. I approve. Oh man, I got punked. I got punked by a punk. Okay, here's an interview, updated interview about Frank Espinoza. Okay, awesome. I'm going to copy that and I am going to, yes, he's in Italy. I remember Frank really loved Italy too, so he must have some ties to it. He probably speaks Italian. I'm not surprised if he does. So yeah, I'm gonna try and hunt that guy down because he was amazing. How amazing would it be if I hunt him down, find him, and then live stream interview him? That's a goal. That is a goal. I'm making it a goal. That would be amazing. With great power comes great sandwiches, Alan Lau. Yeah. You know, John, you know by now that these streams, both Sean's stream, my stream, I've seen other streams, even Shelby's stream, they always go towards food. That's just the name of the game here because we're just, conversation always goes back to our tummies. Honey mustard Snyders are wonderful. Good choice, Rocky. Approved. Sandwiches. Alan knows how much I love sandwiches. We were here at the beginning. You guys were. And we joke about it, but it means something to me. It for sure means something to me. We are at 172 subscribers, and I think you guys were here when I was at like 12. So we're doing it, guys. We're building it, and it's really, it would not be where it is without you guys making it so much fun. You got, like I'd mentioned last stream, you guys are the fuel for me to keep doing this and keep coming up with fun stuff and fun content. So I have your names and your profile pictures, your purple J in my brain when I'm creating content. So it's yeah, totally means something to me. I'm getting all choked up. No, I'm actually, I just need water. Stop it. That's your job, awesome one, not Alan's. Alan will post nonstop corgi videos. That's what Alan will do, not cat videos. He's a corgi dude. He's got 2 very cute corgis. Cranberry Langer says, back in my day, my whole chat was mods. It's true. It's true. Do it. Yeah, find Frank. I'm going to do it. I mean, as best as I can. If I can find that dude, I will do it. Because that would be so cool if I could do it. I've done crazier things, you guys, like this. But if he can be found, I will find him. I always wondered if in another life or another career path, if I didn't go into art, I think I would want to be a detective because I love sleuthing stuff like this. Get X'd, punk. Everybody's saying do it. Okay, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my darndest to do it. Oh man, awesome one. Shoot. Rocky thinks he's Liam Neeson. I'm gonna find him, and I will find him, and I will get him on this. I will get him on this stream. All right, we're split. The vote is split. 3 votes. 3 votes right now, and it's split. So 1, somebody's not voted yet, and 2, everybody has a different opinion, which is awesome. I love that. That goes to show that, like, can't go wrong. If I do any one of these books, can't go wrong. So, does Frank? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he speaks. I think English is his first language. He's from here. He's from America, but he has some. If I'm not mistaken, he has some ties to Italy because he was there a lot, or he spent half of his time there, or he lived there for a while. And I think he spoke fluent Italian. But yeah, he does speak English. It would be so cool if you covered yourself. Maybe I'll put a vote. I'll either interview Frank from Italy or cover myself in tapioca and go down a water slide. No, I won't put that in a vote because I know which one would win, knowing you guys. All right, well, let's see. Wow, we have been going... Do you really miss public pools, though, when you think about it? When I think about what goes into public pools, yeah, I don't know if I miss them. I don't know if I miss them. Well, let's see. I think that's all I got. I will. Oh, one thing I did not show, and I won't go through it or anything, but just to let you guys know, there's been facsimile editions coming out, and I was going to put this one to the vote, but then I thought of the Killing Girl one and decided not to. But there is this book that came out. It's a facsimile edition of Amazing Spider-Man number 254, and the artist is Rick Leonardi, and Joe Rubinstein is the inker. But it's a really cool one. I don't always pick up these facsimile editions, but I've really enjoyed, other than the price tag, because if you pick up the original book, it was like 35 cents or something, but now it's $5 for a facsimile edition, which is crazy inflation. But it's just fun that they print it with all the same ads that they came with before. Like, it's totally untouched. All the same old ads that they had before. And then the colors are the same, just exactly printed as it was. And I look at this stuff and I'm like, I want to see these comics again. Like, I want to see, like, now somebody doing these kind of comics now. And everything is so sophisticated and, photoshopped up the wazoo. But This stuff just hits me to my core. I love these kind of things. Rick Leonardi is an amazing artist. Did a lot of great work on Cloak and Dagger and X-Men and a bunch of different books. Spider-Man 2099, he was the guy who designed Spider-Man 2099. So it's cool to see him work on this with Joe Rubinstein's inks. It's awesome. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I picked this up, but I didn't bring it up in the vote. Do facsimile editions count in the vote? I don't know. Maybe they get an old vote. Let's see. Yes. Speaking English. What is English? Check the poll. Oh, okay. Whoa. Are we getting live updates here? Wait, what happened to my poll? It didn't load. I can't even see my poll right now. What happened? It just like totally blocked me. Oh, there it goes. Reloaded. Up. Killing Girl is up. Wait, I'll switch it so that you guys can see too. Killing Girl is up. Here we are. So exciting. Wow. That even makes me want to find Frank even more, because if I get to do a deeper review of Killing Girl, that would be an awesome segue to try and find Frank. But I'm doing that. I'm definitely going to look for him. Speaking of cat videos, I'm friends with this guy. Oh no. Who is this guy? I can't click on the link here. Oh, I can click on the link here. Okay. Do I need to play this? Alan, what have you done? Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. You totally, I'm down to like 2 subscribers now, and I have got 466,000 dislikes. Thanks a lot, Alan. John says I'm equally amused and disturbed. 21 million. This is the part of YouTube where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to even try and understand it. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Let me wrap up here with the chat. Let's see. Spider-Man. Rick Leonardi is dope. Didn't he design the Black Spidey costume? I don't think so. I think it was... I thought it was Mike Zeck did the black costume. I could be wrong about that, because I thought the black costume first showed up in Secret Wars, right? And that was Mike Zeck, the first Secret Wars. So, Cranberry Langer says, oh, I love that image. Which one? Sorry, I'm behind on when you posted that. I see. Rocky should have given us... I voted. Yeah. I always turn those down. Like when I turn in my vote, they're like, do you want a sticker? And I'm like, no, not really. I clicked on the Bootsy. Oh boy. That was when I thought it was at the advent of the future of comedy. Oh, with Iron Fist. Yes. That was a great image. Bill Sienkiewicz did that image. Great. 4 votes. Did you vote, Rocky? No. Am I allowed to? I guess I could, but that wouldn't be cool. Well, Killing Girl is still 50%. 50%. Yeah. No, I didn't vote. I won't vote. I won't push the vote that way. Chat Ninja takes the lead. Alan is friends with a man cat. I just got wrench powers, but don't know how to vote. But if I did, I would vote for Killing Girl. You don't know how to vote? So you go to that community tab, and then you click on it, right? Is that right? I think you just click on the image. Chat, let him know. I think you just click on the image. I can't vote, though. Oh my gosh. I guess everybody likes the cat video, Alan. Killing Girl, good idea. Everybody likes the cat video. Yep. Don't play it too loud, Rocky. You'll get copyright. Oh. So, Alan, I don't know if you know this, but one of my streams, a couple streams ago, I got copyright struck. Oh, I think you did know that. It was when I was trying to watch Dick Tracy clips. It was messed up. The creator, Steve Ibsen, still gets checks from that. Wow. No kidding. All it took was, I mean, I've got 2 stupid cats. I can do that. Maybe I should do that as an experiment just to try. I paused it and it's showing me a link to get a tote bag with the images of that cat on it. That's messed up. You need to do shorts, dude. I know I do. I need to. I can't. Awesome one. Dare I click on this? Oh man. This is going downhill. I blame Alan. What's this? I'll wait for the ad to go by. I've reached my cat quota today for the year. Baby. Yeah. Oh man, you guys are sending me all these links now. I don't know. Go to Rocky's YouTube page, click the yeah. Click on Rocky name, choose awesome. See, this is why the chat rocks. Oh boy, super loud. Am I gonna get struck? Yeah. See, I'm nervous now about getting struck. This is Catbug. Oh, from Bravest Warriors. Okay. You guys are funny. I was trying to encourage you to cheat, Rocky. That's why I was asking if you voted. No, I got you. I got you. If you're on your phone, Alan, drag the video image down. See, this is what I love about the chat. They're like your built-in IT, built-in YouTube experts. Hit refresh if you don't see the poll at first. Alan, let us know if it works. Or I guess I could refresh the poll and see if there's a new vote in. There's not a new vote, so let me know, Alan, if you need extra help. The chat is here to help you. We won't go to bed until, well, let me switch that out. We won't go to bed until you tell us that you voted. And then we'll know which one you voted for, because right now, this is the current vote. Still the same. Probably won't get struck. Okay. I can't find my other earbud. The cyborgs are hiding it from me. Awesome one says he had to close YouTube and reopen it. I can't see the poll anymore, I guess, after I voted. Oh, does it disappear? Really? You guys don't get to see the results while you're voting? I mean, it kind of hitched a little bit when I was looking at it just now, and then it refreshed and showed up. So I don't know what's going on. Then you click on the search icon, go to Rocky's channel, click on the icon, then scroll to community tab on the right. Come on, Alan, we all want to go to bed or get off this stream if you don't vote. Oh, I think he voted. I see a 60% for Killing Girl. Was that you? 5 votes. Was that you, Alan? Let us know. Not to like out you, but there we go. Boom. The chat always delivers. Perfect. Look at that. And we're ahead. Killing Girl is ahead. See how sacrificial they were? Even though all of the people that were just talking did not vote for Killing Girl. I know. They allowed your vote to get in. See that? There was no tampering with the polls here. Vote or get off the pot. Now Awesome One's regretting it. He's like, wait a minute. What just happened? All right, guys. Well, that's what I had for tonight. Thanks for voting, everyone. It looks like Killing Girl is running away with the lead here, but we will leave this open till midnight. So if you guys want to stuff the ballot box, get your friends to come and vote as well. I appreciate everybody that was here. Everybody that was helping my buddy Alan out. Alan, it was so good seeing you here. I hope to see you again. I know you've been watching some of the, well, you've said you've watched some of the stuff, but I know you've been watching some of this, but it's really fun to have you here in chat because you have so much to add. I know you love comics just as much as I do, and you are half my brain as far as stuff I've experienced because you were there. So it'd be great to tap into that. And more importantly, I definitely want to have you on stream sometime soon to talk about Bulletproof Candy, because that book deserves to get more attention. I know you have a lot of attention on it already, but deserves to get more attention, at least in this space. And hopefully that will propel you towards producing a printed version so that we can all support you in that. Is that an icon, or is that something that I don't chill with cat? Maybe that's is that a new expression? And then for the everybody's suggestion of trying to find Frank, I'm going to try and do that. And maybe I'll enlist Alan to help me out. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do that because I think Frank would be a worthy person to have on here. I have there's a bunch of friends that I have that are independent comic creators that aren't in YouTube that I would love to have on. So that's on the horizon of doing more interviews with comic creators, indie comic creators, because I think it would be great to just kind of boost their signal and expose their work to the public. So yeah, that's definitely on the horizon. I will be posting results tomorrow on the poll. I will publicize the video on Mission Comics at the end of this video once I log off, and I will be seeing you guys around. So thanks everybody that showed up. Awesome one, Cranberry Langers. Mr. Monkey Boy's passed out, 1969. Mark's music session checked out early, sleeping. He's probably snoring right now. Comrade Sammy, Alan Lau, John, Cranberry Langers. I think I already said your name, but I'll say it again. And did I miss somebody? No, there was one more guy. He was new. Somebody remind me. I'm scrolling through the chat all the way back. And then once I find his name, we'll go. Doggone it. Studio Siscart, Funny Pictures Comics. I just want to make sure that I give a shout out to everybody that showed up because it means a lot to me, and you guys are awesome. So thank you so much. I will catch you guys around. I'll be seeing you for the deeper, closer look of My Wednesday Comics and more content coming just around the bend. Thanks. Stay for the credits. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.